Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavate Uttama Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Vamagnanatimirandasya gnananjanashalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, chapter 30. Description by Lord Kapil of adverse fruitive activities. Fruitive activities means karma. Adverse fruitive activities means vikarma. Kapilo uvacha tasyai tasya jano nunam nayam vedoru vikramam kalyamanopi balino vayorivakkhanavalihi. Person who got it said, as mass of clouds does not know the powerful influence of the wind, a person engaged in material consciousness does not know the powerful strength of the time factor by which he is being carried. Hmm. The great politician Pandita Chanakya said that even one moment of time cannot be returned even if one is prepared to pay millions of dollars. One cannot calculate the amount of loss there is in wasting valuable time. Either materially or spiritually, one should be very alert in utilizing the time which he has at his disposal. A conditioned soul lives in a particular body for a fixed measurement of time. And it is recommended in the scriptures that within that small measurement of time, one has to finish Krishna consciousness and thus gain release from the influence of the time factor. But unfortunately, those who are not in Krishna consciousness are carried away by the strong power of time without their knowledge, as clouds are carried by the wind. Those who are not in Krishna consciousness are carried away by the strong power of time. And those who are in Krishna consciousness should realize that we have very little time within which we have to become fully Krishna conscious. And we have to gain release from the influence of time factor. Which means that till we become fully Krishna conscious, we are also still under the influence of time. So we have to quickly make progress so that we can gain release from the influence of time factor. The first stage is to get free from the influence of reactions from past lives, meaning reaching the stage of liberation, mukti, and then going for further, making sure that we achieve Krishna Prema. Of course, when one comes to the stage of mukti, that means that he is actually overcome the influence of time, because it's only in course of time when he leaves his body, and this course of time also is like we read in the last chapter, like for a pure devotee, It's um, just that the till the Lord wants to keep him in this material world, he will remain. But whatever pains and pleasures he is undergoing is not a result of the time factor. It is just the will of the Lord that he puts his dear devotee through so-called pains and pleasures. But literally, one is freed from the influence of time factor. When one comes to the stage of Namabhasa, which is Mukti, because one can actually go back, go out of this material world, one can reach the spiritual side, liberated. Mm. But we should not waste time. We should not waste valuable time. One moment gone is gone. Of course, we use our time to do our material duties in full Krishna consciousness, not in material consciousness. If we do our duties in material consciousness, then the time is lost. So we should never waste time. No question of talking uselessly about useless things of this world. No use. Unless we are preaching to somebody, then we might take, like yesterday, somebody is saying that Delhi is 50 degrees plus temperature. And we can use that and then preach to somebody, saying that how horrible Kali Yuga is and this is the result of all collective karma. So those people who are in Delhi have collective karma to suffer. And they're increasing their suffering also because of, use of ACs are blowing everywhere. And again, because of ACs, then there is further complication, ozone depletion, etc., etc. Again, the temperature rises. But otherwise, generally talking about the happenings of this material world is worthless. It's not going to change, isn't it? And Prajalpa talking about other people, these things should be avoided. Time should not be wasted. If we don't have some mandatory material duty to perform, we should engage in spiritual activity. यं यम् अर्थमुपादत्ते दुःखेन सुखहेतवे तं तं धुनोति भगवान् पुमान् चोचति यत्कृते. Whatever is produced by the materialist with great pain and labor for so-called happiness, Supreme Personality as a time factor destroys. And for this reason, the conditioned soul laments. Main function of the time factor, which is a representative of the Supreme Lord, is to destroy everything. The materialists in material consciousness are engaged in producing so many things in the name of economic development. They think that by advancing in satisfying the material needs of man, they will be happy. But they forget that everything they have produced will be destroyed in course of time. From history, we can see that there were many powerful empires on the surface of the globe that were constructed with great pain and great perseverance. But in due course of time, they've all been destroyed. Still, the foolish materialists cannot understand that they're simply wasting time in producing material necessities which are destined to be vanquished in due course of time. This waste of energy is due to the ignorance of the mass of people who do not know that they are eternal and that they have an eternal engagement also. They do not know that the span of life in a particular type of body is but a flash in the eternal journey. Not knowing this fact, they take the small flash of life to be everything and they waste time in improving economic conditions. A very powerful statement. They take the small flash of life to be everything, waste time in improving economic conditions. So even devotees try to improve economic condition aren't required. It's a waste of time. So we just work as much as required, accept whatever Krishna is giving, mm, and then focus most of our energies on making progress in Krishna consciousness. Of course, if in the If you work for the same amount of time and somebody is willing to pay more, absolutely take it. But it should be the same amount of work, not more work. So we should not waste time in improving economic conditions. If same time that we are spending, you have to spend 8 hours. If somebody can spend 8 hours and earn more, yeah, why not? Mm. So the whole point is that we should not. A lot of devotees run behind this improving economic condition, and thereby their spiritual life is spoiled, and then material life may or may not improve. That no guarantee, but definitely spiritual life will take a hit. And if we think that, okay, after 10 years, I'm going to, you know, come back and do bhakti intensely, that's all wishful thinking. I was hearing one in some discussion I put on our book distribution group. One very senior disciple of Srila Prabhupada, she was saying that it's all a matter of practice. If we give up practice of spiritual life, then it'll be gone. Because we are not at the stage where we have love for Krishna, that whether we do chanting, whether we don't, we are all there, right there. Our consciousness is right there. No, we are in very early sadhana stage, and if early sadhana stage we become neglectful of spiritual life and become very engrossed in material life, in improving economic condition, then spiritual life will be gone. Yeah, sometimes sometimes, some temporary situations are created, which is okay. Mm. Sometimes somebody needs some or very critical project at work. Maybe 3 months somebody will be very busy. It's okay, but it cannot be year long, and it cannot be all the time. It cannot be that all the time there's some or the other important project all the time throughout the year. So you have to be very, very careful. And that is why this Anukulyasya Sankalpa Pratikulyasya Varjanam is a guidance for surrendered devotees. It helps in decision making. Anukulyasya Sankalpa Pratikulyasya Varjanam. If it is not favorable for Krishna consciousness, Varjanam, we have to give up. This is the decision making framework that has been given to us. Us meaning those who want to surrender to Krishna. For others, they can take their own, decide based on their whatever material considerations. But for devotees who want to surrender, serious about surrendering, Anukulyasya Sankalpa Pratikulyasya Varjanam. So in that, wasting time for improving economic conditions is Pratikulyasya Varjanam. Yeah, at times, we can even look for another job. Of course, we don't do any of these things whimsically such that it further deteriorates our bhakti. For example, without finding another job, somebody will resign. And then no money, no work, so much of pressure, financial commitments. That's all not good, not intelligent. Yeah, if you want to find another job, take time, find another job, then quit this job. Make sure that you don't get into further entanglement. So decision making is very, very important. No, we don't simply say, oh, okay, okay, I simply depend on Krishna. No, Krishna is giving you intelligence, framework, guidance to take decisions. It should be used. Beyond that, we depend on Krishna. After having taken consider all considerations and then taken a decision, then we depend on Krishna. This also is, sometime I was driving my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj in Bangalore, and he was saying that devotees sometimes don't wear seat belt. And they say that, oh, Krishna is there, he'll protect. So Maharaj said, you want Narsimhadev to serve you by protecting you because you have not put your seat belt. So we should do our bit properly. And then beyond it, yeah, depend on Krishna, depend on his protection. Yad adhruvasya dehasya sanubandhasya durmatihi Dhruvani manyate mohat grahakshetra vasunicha. Okay, the misguided materialist does not know that his very body is impermanent. He does not know. And the attractions of home, land, and wealth which are in relationship to that body are also temporary. Out of ignorance only, he thinks that everything is permanent. So this is not true. This is not only applicable for the misguided materialist. It's also for devotees. Many times we, out of ignorance, we think that everything is permanent and we deal with the material world with this mood. We don't see that our body is temporary. We don't see that our home, land, wealth, etc. are all temporary. The materialist thinks that persons engaged in Krishna consciousness are crazy fellows, wasting time by chanting Hare Krishna. But actually, he does not know that he himself is in the darkest region of craziness because of accepting his body as permanent. And in relation to his body, he accepts his home, country, society, and all other paraphernalia as permanent. This materialistic acceptance of permanency of homeland, etc., is called illusion of Maya. This is clearly mentioned here. Mohad Grah Kshetra Vasuni. Out of illusion only does the materialist accept his home, land, and money as permanent. Out of this illusion, the family life, national life, and economic development, which are very important factors in modern civilization, have grown. So all this economic development has grown because of this moha, of this illusion. A Krishna conscious person knows that this economic development of human society is but temporary illusion. The other day I was saying this in some class and somebody was like very offended, saying, what is this? How is this possible? How can you say that we have not done any progress at all? No, we just cannot see that this progress has just created more trouble. All industries have created more trouble for us. That's all. In another part of Srimad Bhagavatam, the acceptance of the body as oneself, acceptance of others as kinsmen in relationship to this body, and acceptance of land of one's birth as worshipable are declared to be the products of an animal civilization. Gokaraha, 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 cows and asses. When, however, one is enlightened in Krishna consciousness, he can use these for the service of the Lord. That is a very suitable proposition. Everything has a relationship with Krishna. When all economic development and material advancement are utilized to advance the cause of Krishna consciousness, a new phase of progressive life arises. This is real progress, spiritual progress. So Prabhupada is saying, from a material progress, you can actually get to spiritual progress, provided you utilize everything in Krishna consciousness to advance the cause of Krishna consciousness. New phase of progressive life arises. So we should also remember that none of this is permanent, it's all temporary. We do our duty with respect to all of this body, home, land, wealth, everything. We just do our duty without attachment, material attachment. And again, the same question comes, how can we be not attached to home, family? Yeah, be attached on the spiritual platform, not on the material platform. Just like we should be attached to them, just like we are attached to other devotees, which also should be ideally on the spiritual platform. So, same way we should be attached to people in the house. Wealth that has been given to us by Krishna should be used in his service. Body should absolutely be used in his service. And we can try to upkeep all of these is recommended in the Shastra. That's all. Not over endeavoring, not atyahara, prayasa, not excessive endeavor. Just required as much required without attachment. Materialist, of course, they don't understand this, so they treat everything as permanent, and for them, it is all in all. This material life, their home, family, land, wealth is everything. And that is why, as devotees, we have to wake them up. We have to wake them up to reality. Jantur Vaibhava etasmin yam yam yonim anubrajet tasyam salabate nivritim na virajyate. The living entity in whatever species of life he appears. Find the particular type of satisfaction in that species and is never averse to being situated in such a condition. This is really bewildering. Satisfaction of the living entity in a particular type of body, even if it is most abominable, is called illusion. A man in a higher position may feel dissatisfaction with the standard of life of a lower grade man. But the lower grade man is satisfied in that position because of the spell of Maya. Maya has two phases of activities. One is called Prakshepatmika, Avarnatmika. Avarnatmika means covering. Prakshepatmika means pulling down or throwing. In any condition of life, the materialistic person or animal will be satisfied because his knowledge is covered by the influence of Maya. So, materialistic person, animal, same consciousness. In the lower grade or lower species of life, the development of consciousness is so poor that one cannot understand whether he is happy or distressed. This is called Avarnatmika. Even a hog who lives by eating stool finds himself happy, although a person in a higher mode of life sees that the hog is eating stool. How abominable that life is. Indra became pig and he didn't want to give up his family. Why? Because he accepted the body of a hog and it is illusion. Everybody is very, very happy. Nobody wants to give up. Of course, everybody wants to make material progress. Okay, I don't want to be in a small house, I want to be in a big house. But they don't think I don't want to be in this miserable, rotting body. Why don't I get a body which doesn't dwindle? That we don't think. That people don't think. That requires intelligence. The other one is animalistic propensity. Material advancement is animalistic propensity. More, more, more. Actually, even animals don't do that. Actually, animals are satisfied. They don't hoard. They don't accumulate. It's only human beings. It's very low level propensity. So we should not be satisfied in our material position. We should be dissatisfied about our spiritual position. And the whole process of chanting every day is crying, saying that I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in my spiritual life. Radha Krishna, please pull me out. This is chanting. Mm. So we should be literally crying every day to make spiritual progress. So we should never be satisfied. We should never be satisfied with our spiritual position and we should be completely satisfied with our material position. Only such devotees can make real progress. If you are always concerned about improving our material position, when will we start crying for improving our spiritual position? And say, yeah, when all material position is improved, then I will see. All material position improving is a dream. That's not possible. Because something we accomplish, then we want something else. Mm. I've been noticing this in my own life. Mm, mm. It's so difficult to bring it down to zero. It's always, the meter is always running, something or the other. Which is why Varnashrama finally is the answer. I realize more and more. Till I finish my responsibilities, I will have all this. And quickly I want to finish responsibilities. And so that material meter should not go above zero. It should remain zero. Whatever is there, happy, satisfied, done. No more sochati, kankshati. Then desire for material, spiritual progress, cry for spiritual progress. Otherwise, every day is gone. Yesterday is gone. Today also in few hours will be gone. How many more hours we have in this material world, we don't know. How much more time we have to achieve perfection, we don't know. Are we ready to come back again to this miserable material world? Definitely, I am not ready. I don't want to come back. Mm. So we should endeavor seriously to finish up, close chapter, close this material chapter. We'll finish this off. नरकस्तोऽपि देहं वै न पुमां त्यक्तुमिच्छति नारक्यां निर्वतौ सत्यां देवमाया विमोहितः. The conditioned living entity is satisfied in his own particular species of life, while deluded by the covering influence of the influence and illusory energy, which is our Anatmika Shakti. He feels little inclined to cast off his body, even when in hell, for he takes delight in hellish enjoyment. Can you believe this? Even in hell, one is happy. The whole idea of hell is only defeated. So one who goes to hell, he also takes delight in the hellish enjoyment. Oof. It is said that once Indra, king of heaven, was cursed by spiritual master Brihaspati on account of his misbehavior, and he became a hog on this planet. So we should be very careful. We should not misbehave. Of course, our spiritual masters might be too lenient to us, towards us. So they might not curse us, but that doesn't mean that we take undue advantage. After many days, when Brahma wanted to recall him to the heavenly kingdom, Indra, in the form of hog, forgot everything of his royal position in the heavenly kingdom, and he refused to go back. It was the spell of Maya. Even Indra forgets his heavenly standard of life and is satisfied with the standard of hog's life. By the influence of Maya, the conditioned soul becomes so affectionate towards this particular type of body that if he is offered, give up this body and immediately you will have a king's body, he will not agree. This attachment strongly affects all conditioned living entities. Of course, if you just say this, maybe people will say, no, 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 I want. But then if we add a little bit more masala to this, give up this body and all your family relations, and immediately I will give you a new, better body. People might say, no. Can you give with my family? They will ask. Hmm. This attachment strongly affects all conditioned living entities. Lord Krishna is personally canvassing. Give up everything in this material world, come to me and I shall give you all protection. But we are not agreeable. We think we are quite all right. Prabhupads, we are quite all right. Why should we surrender unto Krishna and go back to his kingdom? We are quite all right here in this material world. Meaning we are happy. Why go there? It's called illusion or Maya. Everyone is satisfied with the standard of living, however abominable it may be. Just imagine hell, hellish planet, suffering. One takes delight even in that suffering. So no wonder we are all attracted, attached to whatever, wherever, whatever our life's position is, and we're not just attached. Not we also want to improve it. Mm. In the same situation, we want to improve. Meaning, same people around us, all our family, we want to improve. Yeah, so we have to remember that this will not end. This attachment, insane it is. Insane attachment to this body and everything that is coming out of the body is so much that even in the body of a hog, Indra himself refused to give up. So what about us? We are not as powerful as Indra. Mm. Okay, let's stop here. Then questions, comments, no thoughts. Okay. Okay, then we'll stop here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Panchakalpatarubhishta kripa sindhu Pati Ramapane Vaishnava Koti Vaishnava ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.